All right, we are about to pull apart one of the most famous, most convincing UFO stories in modern history. And I've got to tell you, the explanation we're going to uncover, it is way more terrifying than aliens.
Yeah, I know. That's a pretty bold statement to kick things off. But the 2004 USS Nimitz encounter, the one that made the Tic Tac a household name, it might be a whole lot different than the story you've heard. The evidence, it doesn't point up to the stars. It points to a much darker, human-made secret.
So let's get the official story straight first, because it's pretty much become a modern legend at this point. You've got the USS Nimitz carrier strike group. They're doing exercises off the coast of San Diego, and suddenly their incredibly advanced radar starts picking up these things? Multiple anomalous aerial vehicles that are just not behaving like anything they have ever seen before.
And this is where it gets really compelling, right? The eyewitness. They scramble a Top Gun pilot, Commander David Fravor, to go check it out. And his description is what blew this whole thing wide open. He sees this thing, no wings, no exhaust, no visible way of moving, and it's pulling off maneuvers that just flat out defy physics as we know it.
So of course, the world goes nuts over this. I mean, what else are you supposed to think? You have one of the best pilots in the world, backed up by other pilots and sophisticated military hardware, describing technology that seems 1,000 years ahead of ours. The easiest, most obvious answer has to be, it's not from around here.
But here's the twist. What if everyone was looking in the completely wrong direction? What if the answer wasn't out there in deep space? What if it was right here, designed not by little green men, but by us? For a reason that is, frankly, pretty unsettling. So where do we start pulling at this thread? Well, it all begins with the radar, the very first piece of evidence. See, the object didn't just show up anywhere. It popped up at a very, very specific spot, the pilot's designated cap point. That's their combat air patrol location, a pre-assigned spot in the sky they were already heading to. That's a heck of a coincidence, isn't it? And it turns out there's a name for that in the world of electronic warfare. It's called a point of interest spoof. It's a standard military tactic. You basically create a fake target right where you know your enemy is going to be looking. It's not magic, it's not alien, it's just textbook electronic warfare. Okay, so if the blip on the radar was a ghost, you've got to ask, what machine was the ghost in? Well, this leads us to a very real, though declassified, US Navy program designed to do exactly this kind of thing. The program's name is NEMESIS, and yeah, the name itself is a dead giveaway, right? Its whole purpose is to act as the ultimate enemy, to create a threat that isn't really there. NEMESIS, and that's a mouthful of an acronym, is an incredibly sophisticated system. It's not just about making a single fake dot appear on a screen. Its mission is to fool the most advanced sensor systems on the planet by projecting entire fake fleets of ships and squadrons of aircraft. So how does this crazy thing actually work? It's basically a three-step process. You use a whole network of emitters, some on ships, some on drones, and they all work together to paint this giant, coordinated illusion. It's a technological magic show that messes with everything from radar to sonar to infrared. Still not convinced? Okay, get ready for this number. According to the source material, a jaw-dropping 98% of all UAP sightings that happen near US military training zones happen during electronic warfare drills. 98%! Come on, that's not a coincidence. That is a massive, blinking red light. Okay, I hear you. The radar stuff is one thing. That explains the blips on the screen. But what about the pilots? Fravor and 3 other highly trained individuals saw the Tic Tac with their own eyes. How do you possibly explain that away? Well, let's put these two ideas head to head. In one corner, you have an actual alien ship with physical mass, powered by who knows what, and breaking the laws of physics. In the other corner, you have a plasma projection. It has no mass, it's moved around by lasers, it's based on a real US Navy patent, and, crucially, it follows all the known laws of physics. And this is the final piece of the puzzle, the tech that makes the visual part possible. The Navy literally holds a patent for a system that uses high-powered lasers to basically zap the air, ionizing particles to create a 3D, solid-looking image made of glowing plasma. It can appear, disappear, and move in ways that seem impossible. A perfect match for the Tic Tac. Which brings us to the biggest and honestly the most chilling question of all. Why? Why would the military stage such a complex, high-tech deception against its own best pilots? The answer? Well, it opens up a whole new can of worms about the future of warfare. It was a test, a psychological one. And the pilots weren't just the witnesses, they were the test subjects, the lab rats. The goal was to see how even the best trained people in the world react when they come face to face with something they believe is impossibly advanced. Think about it. If you can make your enemy believe they're hopelessly outmatched, you can win the battle without ever firing a shot.
Let that really sink in for a second. This incredible moment in history. It wasn't some profound first contact with an alien civilization. It was a military experiment. It was a dry run for a brand new kind of weapon, one that attacks the mind.
This is where it gets really scary. This technology is the ultimate magic trick. Because in a world where you can conjure entire ghost fleets out of thin air, where you can project solid-looking objects anywhere in the sky, the line between what's real and what's an illusion just completely vanishes. And you have to ask yourself, if they can fake a UFO, what else can they make you believe?